The Legend of Lac Long Quan. Part 1, Lac Long Quan slays the demons.
Long, long ago, in the land of Lingnan, there lived a great chieftain named Lok Tuk, known by the royal title King Kin Duong. He possessed extraordinary strength and the wondrous ability to walk beneath water as though upon dry land. One day, King Kin Duong journeyed to Dongting Lake, where he met Dragon Princess, the daughter of the Dragon King. The two fell in love and became husband and wife. Not long after, they gave birth to a son, whom they named Sung Lam. As he grew, Sung Lam became immensely powerful. With one hand, he could lift a boulder that required two men to carry. Like his father, he could travel freely beneath the waters as if walking upon solid ground. When he inherited his father's throne, he took the title Lac Long Quan. At that time, the land of Lingnan was still wild and desolate, nowhere was truly safe. Seeing the suffering of the people, Lac Long Quan resolved to travel across the realm to bring peace. When he reached the southeastern coast, Lac Long Quan encountered a monstrous ancient fish. Its body stretched over 50 jongs in length, its tail like a great sail, and its mouth wide enough to swallow 10 men at once. Whenever it swam, waves rose as high as the sky. Boats were overturned, and fishermen were devoured alive. The people called this creature the Leviathan. It dwelled in a vast cavern deep beneath the sea, above which stood a long mountain ridge dividing the coastal lands in two. Determined to rid the world of this terror, Lac Long Quan forged a massive, razor-edged block of iron and heated it until it glowed red-hot. He built a sturdy boat and rowed straight toward the demon's lair. Raising the burning iron, he pretended to throw a man into the monster's mouth. The Leviathan opened wide to swallow its prey. In that instant, Lac Long Quan hurled the blazing iron straight down its throat. The demon writhed in agony, thrashing its tail against the sea and smashing into Lac Long Quan's boat. Drawing his sword, Lac Long Quan struck with divine force and cut the Leviathan into 3 pieces. Thus was the fish demon destroyed, and the seas were calmed. Afterward, Lac Long Quan traveled to Long Bien, where a 9-tailed fox spirit had plagued the land for over 1,000 years. This demon, known as the 9-tailed spectre, lived in a deep cave beneath a rocky mountain west of Long Bien. The fox often transformed into human form, mingling among the people to lure young women back to its lair, where it devoured them. From Long Bien to Mount Tan Vien, villages were abandoned, and the people fled in fear. Moved by their suffering, Lac Long Quan went alone with his sword to confront the demon. When he reached the cave, the 9-tailed spectre charged at him. Lac Long Quan summoned storms, thunder, and raging winds to surround the beast. They battled for 3 days and 3 nights. At last, the demon weakened and attempted to flee. Lac Long Quan pursued and struck off its head. The fox revealed its true form, a colossal 9-tailed beast. Entering the cave, Lac Long Quan rescued those who still lived. Then he commanded the water spirits to flood the great river, collapsing the fox's lair into a vast abyss. The people of that time called it Fox Corpse Marsh, which later generations would know as West Lake. Peace returned, and the people came back to rebuild their homes. Seeing that Long Bien was safe once more, Lac Long Quan journeyed north into the forests of Fong Chau. There stood an ancient sandalwood tree of immense height. Once lush and life-giving, it had withered over the centuries and transformed into a malevolent spirit called the arboreal demon. This creature was cunning and cruel beyond measure. It constantly changed shape and shifted its dwelling from forest to forest, abducting and devouring travelers wherever it went. Cries of sorrow echoed through the mountains. Lac Long Quan searched tirelessly, wandering through endless forests until he found the demon. They fought for 100 days and nights, shaking mountains and darkening the heavens, yet neither prevailed. At last, Lac Long Quan used thunderous gongs and sacred drums. Terrified by the sound, the arboreal demon fled to the southwest, where it continued to roam as a lesser evil known as the frenzied wraith. With the demons subdued, Lac Long Quan saw that the people still lived in poverty. They wore bark for clothing and slept in nests of grass. He taught them to grow sticky rice, to cook with bamboo tubes, to build stilt houses for protection against beasts. He taught them how to live as families, as fathers and children, husbands and wives. Grateful for his divine grace, the people built Lac Long Quan, a magnificent palace atop a high mountain, honoring the king who brought light and order to the land of the Lac Viet.